That's the next question.
Is it?
It is, actually.
Favorite word? Maybe animated?
Animated, nice. Least favorite word.
Moist.
Moist.
Right?
We have some moist right here,
Yes.
don't we? What is your biggest turn on?
Intelligence.
Intelligence, nice. Your biggest turn off?
Loud, open mouth eating.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. What is a sound or noise that you love?
Piano.
Piano, yes. You actually play, don't you?
Yes.
Yes. What is a sound or noise that you hate?
Nails on a chalkboard.
Yeah, I think everybody gets that one. Okay, here's a deep cut.
Okay.
Carrot dogs or hay burgers?
Carrot?
Carrot dogs. Okay.
Carrot dogs?
Carrot dogs or hay burgers?
Oh, hay burgers.
Hay burgers.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's at least 3 hay burgers in Ponyville that we know of.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. What profession, other than yours, would you like to attempt?
Oh, well, I think a lot of people know this, that I was trained as an engineer.
Mm-hmm.
So there is that. What profession? I don't know. Maybe engineering. Maybe I like numbers a lot. Finance.
Finance, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how about a profession you would absolutely never take part in?
These are really tough questions. Something I would never. I don't know. Maybe.
Serial killer?
Hmm?
Serial killer?
Oh.
I mean, cupcake.
Definitely not. Not gonna try that anytime soon.
If she doesn't like Honey Nut Cheerios, it's none of your business. Okay, so how about the last question? Finally, the last, number 10. If.
Marathon runner.
There you go.
Although I used to run half marathons, but I don't want to do that.
Especially in Boston in February.
Yeah.
Finally, if Princess Celestia herself called you before her, you, not Pinky or Fluttershy,
Okay.
what do you think she wants with you?
Oh, scary stuff. She probably just wants to reward me for all the smiles and laughter and friendship I'm spreading.
Absolutely, yes. Cool, we'll go to the standard questions. Question 1, my friends over there on the audio board. You started your acting career pretty young, correct? What age did you start?
6.
6. Did you always want to be an actor at that age, or were you sort of?
No, it was just fun. I like to perform. I like to entertain my family, and everywhere we went, people told my parents, "You got to do something with this. You got to do something with this." So okay. There was no pressure. There was no. My dad actually paved the way for me. He is a musician, and my grandfather had an orchestra, and my dad played in his orchestra also as a kid. So it wasn't unusual for a child in our family to pursue creative endeavors, I suppose. And my dad actually played in the CBC orchestra also as a child. So yeah, like as a paid studio musician.
Awesome. What did you play?
Kid, trumpet.
Trumpet. My dad played trumpet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
In the 1960s, he actually played trumpet and was the star on the high school football team. So when he
Oh,
marched at halftime, he was
wow.
in his actual uniform.
No way!
There's a really weird picture I'll show you later.
So my mom ended up taking me to an audition in the paper. We used to call that a cattle call. It was just thousands of people would show up just for a chance. I didn't get the part, but I did get an introduction to an agent at that time, and went and sat and met with that agent and was able to get an agent and start going out for auditions. So it was pretty,
That's how it works.
Yeah.
Take the chance.
Yeah.
Question 2. Looking back on your classic anime series you had a voice in, Mason Nakaku, which is one of my favorites.
Okay.
Dragon Ball Z,
Yeah.
and the Ranma 1/2. Seeing these scenes and shows through the lens of time now, how do you feel knowing that you had a small part in the kickoff of anime in the North America?
I mean, I feel really lucky. I never would have thought that anime would turn into what it is with such a deep appreciation and following. So I feel lucky to have a very small part in those.
Nice.
It's I'm sure any anime fans? Yeah, a few. It's really tough work to dub. It's not easy, and so as a kid, it was pretty arduous and long hours. So that's why you probably don't see me in as much anime as maybe some other actors. Is actually pulled away from it because it was just too much time away from school and being a kid.
Very difficult.
Yeah.
Especially when you're trying to learn lip flapping.
Yeah, I mean, it was more just the amount of time.
Yeah.
It just takes a long time.
Oh, it does. Cool. Question 3. In front of the camera, behind the camera. Yeah, shows like Commish, Highlander, X-Files. To name a few, you were very young. Like when you were in X-Files, how old were you?
9.
9. So from 6 to 9. And in some interviews about 10 years ago, I was doing some research. You said you hated being in front of the camera back then, right?
No.
No?
I'd say I wouldn't want to do that now.
That was the question. It's like between
At
then
the
and
time,
now.
no, I loved it. I wouldn't have done
okay.
it if I didn't like it.
Oh,
Yeah, no, I loved it.
All right.
Yeah.
So I was like, maybe the one I did my research on was flipped. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah.
So why? Okay, then let's twist the question a little bit.
Okay.
Why back then it was okay to be in front of the camera?
Yeah.
But now you don't seem to feel the need to be in front of the camera.
Yeah, it's just a whole different craft, and it's not the direction I went in. I mean, voiceover is where I have my expertise, and I've been doing it for so long, and I feel like I've reached a great level of performance in that, and going on camera would be starting all over again. I don't, it's like, do you remember perfectly what you did when you were 9?
No.
Right? So that, I don't know, in terms of training, I feel like I'd have to start from scratch, and it's just not, there's no comfort there for me. But I maybe feel differently from that last interview, because I did do it behind the scenes for My Little Pony. I
Yes,
don't know
did
if
anybody
anyone's-
see the extras in the My Little Pony video DVD? She actually hosted
I
behind the
hosted it,
scenes.
yeah. So they asked
In
me to
front of the
host
camera.
it in front of the camera, so I said yes. And I didn't get a script or anything until the day of, maybe it was the night before.
Wow.
And it was just like paragraphs upon paragraphs of monologue.
Wow.
And I thought, oh, okay, well, surely we're gonna do it in the recording studios behind the scene, and surely I'll just have it on the mic stand and they just want me to read it, that's fine. And so I arrived there and I asked the AD, is it, what, you know, what's going on? Like, and he goes, yeah, I'm sure you'll just be reading it. Then the director shows up and he's like, we want this delivered to camera memorized. I'm like, okay, so it's gonna take me a while. I just got this, I haven't seen it. And then I just did it.
Yeah.
It was so weird, like it kicked in. I was like, oh, I guess there is some sort of memory there. Like it was just like,
Yeah. Memory gene. And
Yeah.
of course, you've been acting for many, many years.
Yeah.
And you're reading your scripts before you go into record.
Yeah.
And probably that little muscle.
I guess,
It's
yeah, but
working.
usually not memorizing.
Yeah.
That was
I can't
funky.
memorize myself.
I didn't think I could either,
I'm
but
really-
I
I'm
could.
really bad at
Maybe
it.
you can.
Question 4. Working for so long on one show.
Yeah.
Right. Getting really to know your characters. Do you have a favorite scene for Pinky, Fluttershy, even a character who we don't, on a different show?
Oh, well, okay, I always come back to this. It's a bit of a stock answer for me, but it's really ingrained and it's really important to me, and it's the Party of One scene where Pinkie Pie's losing it a little bit and she's speaking for the Madame Lefleur and all those things. And I had never, like, that was for me, that was going out of my comfort zone. Like now, that type of thing, sure, like all the time in the series from that point, so much range, so many different voices, but that was like a push. Okay, we have to come up with all these different character voices, but as your character, and that was a challenge for me, so I'm really proud of how it turned out. I love that scene, I think it's funny.
Oh, it's amazing.
And it was also, felt like a turning point for me in terms of range.
Yeah,
So,
it's sort of like, okay, I did an audiobook for
Okay,
a little bit.
yeah.
And it sort of felt like an audiobook thing where you have to change your voice for each character as you're reading
for the
the
different
book
characters.
for the
Yeah.
different characters.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a great story for you. I was doing this for a buddy of mine. He had 9 female voices in the book.
Okay.
With this.
Oh no.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. Question 5, guys. Going into the craft of acting. As an in-demand and constantly working actor, how important do you feel and believe working on your skills is even now?
It's important, but if you're working enough, then you are working on it. So I think it is important to fill in those gaps, of course, when you've got those slow times to keep working on it and push yourself to do different things. But that being said, if you're constantly working, then you are still exercising, right? So.
Yeah. Is there, okay, so say you have a slow time. Is there any sort of exercise that you love to like just do to keep yourself sharp?
I think reading out loud is a good one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Newspapers, books, anything?
Kids' books is more
books.
apropos for animation. Yeah.
Nice. Awesome. Let's go into question 6, gang. There are, I am sure, a lot of aspiring voice actors out here.
Are there any?
Are there any
Hands up.
aspiring voice actors? A couple of hands out there.
3.
And one of those things they have to look forward to is the dreaded rejection.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
A call, an email, maybe even silence.
Well, it's probably, it's most likely silence.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
how do you deal with it yourself in a rejection situation?
Yeah, so it's constant. And for me, when I go in, I do an audition and I forget about it. You throw it away. You can't, and I don't tell anyone in my personal life about it because then they're going to be asked, oh, whatever happened? Especially if you're really excited. Oh my God, I got an audition for this. I'm so excited. No, don't tell anyone. Go in, do it, throw it away. And I've become so good at it that a colleague will say, oh, did you read for blah, blah, blah? I'll be like, oh, no. I'm like, did I? Like, I really just throw it away. And then if I get a call, like, you don't get notified. You'll never know. These days, you might see, it's pretty tough. You might see other people celebrating on social media. I just got this. And you're like, oh, okay. That's usually how it comes, if you find out at all. Or you might not find out at all, which is, in my opinion, the nicest, the best. You just don't hear anything and you just move on. And then when you do get the positive calls, you're like, oh, I don't even remember that. And it can take a long time too. Like it can be fast turnaround, or it can be, I've had like a year go by before a project has been cast. Like radio silence for an entire year.
Yikes.
So, yeah.
Actually, I've got the same thing. I had a friend of mine who used to be a brony that came to these things, and he's working on a new video game. And I read 2 lines for him a year ago. And just last week, he says, here's 6 pages.
Oh.
I need you to audition again. It's like, okay.
Yeah, no,
I'll do that as soon as the
that's
console.
but that's perfectly normal.
Oh, perfectly
yeah,
normal.
yeah.
Question 7. You are a voracious reader.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How many books a month is it now?
Books a month? Well, it's usually, my goal is 100 a year. So.
Wow. 100
Yeah.
a year. Okay, so you were still doing this actually when the show was going on, Voracious Reader. Did you ever think of starting up, say, Fluttershy's recommended reading list or Pinkie Pie's book club party, and something like Oprah's book list?
Yeah, no, but that's a great idea. Yeah.
Book club.
Maybe
I like
we'll
that.
Connect.
Okay,
Maybe
yeah,
we'll
I
figure
like
that
this
out.
a lot.
Yeah.
Who would be interested in that?
Book club.
Interested in that?
Oh, I love it. Oh.
Awesome. Maybe we'll do that.
Okay.
Any books you would recommend? Because any books on acting, maybe, that you've read?
No,
that you
no,
could
I'm
think
not
of?
into that.
Not into reading? Okay.
I'm not into, for the most part, I'm not into any nonfiction.
Oh.
I'm into fiction.
Fiction. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm going to send a couple your way because I love my fantasy books.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
yeah.
I love my fantasy books. Okay, question 8. What do you think is Fluttershy's proudest moment?
Fluttershy's proudest moment. That's a tough one.
The first thing that sticks to your mind that you've done for Fluttershy would probably be.
It's like when she really stands up for herself. Like, what's the episode where she's like really struggling with it?
The Iron Will episode?
Yeah, Iron Will.
The Iron
I
Will
think
episode.
that's her.
Went a little bit too far. And
Went a little bit too far.
Thank you,
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about Pinkie Pie?
Pinky's proudest moment, I mean, every second of every day.
Yeah, probably. All right, I've got a little video clip for you.
Okay.
So, guys.
Can I see it?
What were you thinking? I mean, stealing their pearl?
It was the only way to save Equestria. Except it wasn't. The queen was going to say yes. We did what you told us, and that's what made her realize we were ponies worth saving. Unless you didn't really want us to show her the best time ever. You just wanted us to distract her. Huh? I never would have done it, but this isn't Equestria. We can't just dance around with con artists, make rainbows in the sky, and expect everything to work out. It's not enough. We are not enough. No, Twilight. We stuck together. We were gonna get the help we needed. The only thing that stopped us was you.
Well, I'm doing the best I can. It's all on me. I'm the one Tempest wants. I'm the last princess.
You're also the only one who doesn't trust her friends.
Well, maybe I would have been better off without friends like you.
Pinky, I just can't talk to you right now.
Whoa, way to bring it down.
This is where I'm going with this, people. Pinky would normally be bouncy, 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 but the depth and range of this actress.
Oh, thanks, Dusty.
This is a very emotional scene, if not, of Twilight and Pinky getting angry with each other when all seems hopeless. Twilight is under a lot of stress in the scene and lashes out at Pinky. Pinky is hurt, but the line delivery, the best line delivery of the whole freaking movie, in my opinion. I just can't talk to you right now. The depth of that line, the ache, the hurt, but also the understanding from Pinky that Twilight is hurting too, but she can't talk to her right now. She needs both of them to cool off in the one line delivery. Bravo.
Oh, thank you. Oh, that's so kind. It was really hard to get that. We spent a lot of time. It's because that's really not Pinky, right? She doesn't do that. She doesn't talk like that. It's hard. It was easy, even pushing the kind of outrage, that was difficult, but okay, because it's in her range. But coming down for that line, it's just,
I couldn't even imagine.
Yeah, it's tough, but I think it played, so I think it worked.
I interviewed Brenda Zakora a while ago, and she had a scene where she had to really use something from her past, like when her, I think it was her father or grandfather died. And she used it for a scene for the audition.
Oh, wow. Oh, my
and
goodness.
she used it, and it was gone.
Oh.
And then she got the part and had to bring it back. And again, acting range. But thank you very much. That is a wonderful scene.
Thank you.
Question 10. Speaking of the movie, now, it was so refreshing that Hasbro did not take all these beautiful characters away from you.
Yeah.
And give them to other people.
It was
What a gift.
really amazing.
Oh my God. And then sort of like the new Ninjago movie, right? Our very good friend Vincent Tong, who plays Kai.
Yeah.
It was stolen from him and given to Michael Pena.
Yeah.
And in a weird coinky-dink, Pena's in this movie playing Grubber.
Oh, right, of course, yeah.
Such a weird crossover of the streams.
Yes.
There. Was the gang fearful that when the movie was announced that they were going to yank them away?
We already knew, we already knew, so that we would be involved, so.
Oh, awesome.
That never was, but when the show was successful and there was oh, maybe there'll be a movie someday, I always thought, oh, I wonder
Who's gonna play?
who's gonna play me?
Who's gonna play
Yeah, exactly.
Will it be Emma Watson?
Yeah. So yeah, it was like, I'm so grateful for that opportunity, and they treated us so well, and just even the opening credits that they let us be a part in, like, you know, they would let us, we're in the show, okay, I would have thought that our names would just be at the end. They put us at the top, like, that was, to see that, just
amazing.
It was really a gesture of kindness, because that's usually something that you have to, I didn't know this before, because I just work on series, never features, and where your name comes in is just as heavily negotiated as your salary for when these big actors do it. So the fact that they gave us that really was generous.
Movie star. Singing. You love to sing.
I do, yeah.
How big of a smile do you get when a script comes in with a Daniel Ingram song for Fluttershy to sing?
Yeah, it's so fun. It was great on the show. I've worked with him a lot since on Strawberry Shortcake songs also, and it's been super fun.
Awesome. Yeah. And you, if I remember correctly, you didn't sing for Pinky because her register was way too high to sing, right?
That is not the reason.
That is not the reason. No?
I can
You want to give it up?
Very, very, very high.
Oh, okay. So if that wasn't the reason, can you give us a reason?
I can't.
Oh, no.
Not my decision is all that I will say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not your decision. Okay. Well, and again, that happens. So I'm sure you auditioned to sing for Pinkie Pie.
No.
No? Didn't even audition? There's a story there. We'll get it later. Okay. We'll push into that and say, what was the favorite song you did sing on My Little Pony?
I love the song. I feel like this is not a fan favorite. It's just a me favorite, and it's the duet with Zephyr Breeze.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That song. So my process, what I look, because I'm a piano player, like Dusty mentioned. So I get the sheet music from Daniel, it's great, and I'll start it slowly, and I'll just play the chords, and that one the chords are beautiful. Like, it actually sounds really good, just slow with the chords underneath it. So, yeah.
Awesome. And the best songs are the ones that can be pared down to either piano or guitar. It's always been that way, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So if you ever hear your favorite band go acoustic, listen to it. It's always beautiful. Question 11 and a half, because I came up with one in the middle of my work. Your work on MLP gave you so many outside crossover opportunities, right? Because when it was really huge, everybody wanted a piece of that MLP pie, including Disney, because you played a Kelpie.
Oh, yeah.
Along with Tara Strong on DuckTales.
Yeah,
And they basically colored them correctly also.
I know.
I mean, look at that picture, people.
That was incredible.
Yeah, so how did that come about? Because Disney and Hasbro do not like each other.
That just came from them. They just wanted that inside joke on the show. And so they just asked, is she available? Can she do this? It's like, yeah, 100%. And I did it remotely from Vancouver, just with them on the line. And I remember we were trying to work on a voice, try this, try that. I was doing all these different things, and then I just remember the director going, he's like, "Why are we playing around with this? Like, everything she does is great. Like, just do whatever you want, Andrea. Like, it sounds so good. Like, we're so happy." They were lovely to work with, and yeah, I watched DuckTales when I was a kid, so pretty special.
Pretty special, absolutely.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen this, people, look it up on YouTube, because it's a freaking scream.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Yeah.
Let's go for a swim.
Yeah.
You want to go for a swim, right? Amazing. Delicious. Last question before the question answer. There is a microphone right there. So when we get done with this question, we'll have you guys come up and have a couple of questions for Andrea or me or whatever you like to do. Just don't sing. Okay? Question 12. And the last question. Is there any wisdom you wish to impart on any up-and-coming actors in the audience? Something you wish you knew before starting this crazy creative journey?
Ooh, I think you have to really, I think rejection is on my mind because you brought it up, so you really have to persevere and have a thick skin and just be ready for that. And the other part is training. It really it's acting at the end of the day. I hear a lot of potential hopeful VAs. I have a great voice. Well, that's awesome, but there's the whole acting piece. So I always recommend improv, training. The people who I see getting jobs who are new come from a theater background. So if voice acting is your passion and you really want to do that, consider doing a theater degree, which is a huge commitment, but the training is pretty unbeatable.
Most areas, especially around here or any larger metropolitan areas, will have an improv community, right? They'll have their own theater and you can become part of the group. You don't even have to go to school for it. You can go to this community group, improv group, and start working there. And they're always looking for people. They're always looking for new voices and new ideas. So if you really want to do this, get into improv. Because I took these things that they told me 10 years ago, and now I'm getting work. So, but it took a very long time of doing improv with the guys on stage that you've seen me do, and doing those kind of things. And I flew to Vancouver to take a weekend intensive at On the Mic training with Lee Tokar and with the guys. So if you really want to do this, you just have to put in the work, and you will at least get work on YouTube, which is pretty much what I do right now. So we'll bring up some lights for the crowd, and we're gonna get very slowly, come on over here and line up, and we'll take some questions from you, if you guys have any questions. Awesome, thank you very much. And first question from you.
Yes. Good morning, Dusty. Good morning, Andrea.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I think that one of the more difficult things that a voice actress or actor can do that really displays their talent is when they have to voice or act for a character while that character is playing the role of another character.
Yeah, that is really difficult.
So I was just going to ask, which of these roles did you have more fun with? When Fluttershy was acting out different shop pony personas for Rarity when she was hosting Rarity for You, or when you were voicing Angel Bunny in Fluttershy's Mind?
Ooh. Oh, those are both fun. And challenging, like you said. Maybe Angel Bunny, that was pretty fun.
Okay, thank you very
Yeah,
much.
thank you.
Goth Fluttershy is one of my
Goth
favorite
Fluttershy, that's
versions
true.
of Fluttershy. Favorite.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
So I'm curious, you've been voice actor for a while. Do you have any roles that you regret doing?
Ooh. No. I don't think you can. Like, you just, I can't say that when I was 7 that maybe it was the best performance that you've ever seen, but it went, like, for a child, I think that is part of it. You just have to take it as it is. I used to be really hard on myself and not even be able to watch anything. I still am. Sometimes you're like, but you just have to let it go and just be thankful for all of it as it comes. And someone's appreciating it. Maybe it's a child, right? And so, yeah, no regrets.
I'll give you one that I did, and I tell people that, they come up to me and go, "That's so cringe." It's like, acting is cringe. Basically,
Yeah.
you're being something else. I had somebody come to me and they were doing a fan fiction of Fallout Equestria. They said, "We want you to be this ghoul character." I said, "Okay, I'll be a ghoul character. I can do that." "Okay, but you're only half a ghoul." "What are you talking about?" "I'm only from here up. My guts are falling out, and I'm called Backpack because I'm carried around in a backpack, and I go feral in the middle of it. I'm going, this is amazing. This is crazy. I'm gonna really turn into this." And it was fun, but it was cringe as heck. It was amazingly fun, though. You really have to just turn into it. It's fun.
Thanks.
Hey guys,
Hey.
I have a question about like future projects or anything like that. Would you ever consider bringing back the voices that you did in My Little Pony if Hasbro ever called you back to do it?
In a
Or
heartbeat.
would you prefer to leave MLP in the past and just let it be what it was and the popularity it had?
No, I think it should be resurrected, and that Ponyville's adventures should continue.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay. Who here reads the G5 comics? Okay, awesome. Then you know that they brought Discord back in the very early run. And Discord was basically going insane because Fluttershy had died. And
That's dark.
yes, it is dark. But later at the end of it, they had a portal projection of Fluttershy in her older version, basically telling Discord is all going to be okay. I would love to see John and her do that, but it will never be. But it's a beautiful piece. So if you're not getting the comics, get the comics. They're really cool.
Hi, I'd like to know if there was ever a moment where you like ad-libbed or went off script that you really liked that actually got into the show.
Yes, but I can't remember off the top of my head. We did a ton of. The movie is probably the most ad-lib, also steered really, in my opinion, expertly by Terry, our voice director. Tons and tons of ad-lib in the movie because the script was always changing. They just didn't know what they wanted. And we were told to make it funny, to try and bring some humor. But always, like, we're always ad-libbing and hoping, and then, yeah, they do keep, and it's hard for me, like, we'll do that in the studio, we're always ad-libbing, we don't know if they'll take it or not, right? You just don't know until it airs, which is a year later, and then what did I do, what was in the script and what was not, I don't know. So, I apologize, it's a lousy answer, but.
Makes sense though.
Yes? Okay, yeah.
Thank you.
When my boyfriend found out that you were going to be at this convention, he told me that you voiced his childhood. What would you say to him if he was here? He's not here because he's sleepy, but what would you say to him?
I voice his childhood, so what would that be? Would that be Dragon Tales? Would that be
Off the top of my head, I can't remember exactly all this.
Madeline?
I know what you voiced in my childhood.
Okay.
But I can't remember what he said he watched.
Okay. Usually when people say that, it's a lot of times it's Dragon Tales. So I would tell him, I wish with all my heart to fly with dragons in a land apart.
That was my isekai gateway. That was my isekai gateway.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello. I have a question. Since you voiced both Pinkie Pie and Fluttershy, was there ever a time when they were talking to each other in the show or even singing together in a show? It was like somewhat awkward. It's just like, I have to voice this character, voice this character. It's like I'm talking to myself, I just have to harmonize with myself with your voice.
So at first, yes. We used to record it in separate runs just to really differentiate. But as the seasons went on, it just got, just like anything that you do, the more you do something, the easier it gets. So it just became second nature to go back and forth.
Pinkie Pie's up here and she's over here. Oh, hi Pinkie, how are you? I'm good, thanks, how are you? Oh, I'm fine.
Like, it's just nothing because I know where they are. And in terms of harmonizing, I'm typically, when Fluttershy comes on the scene, I don't know if it's because of the tone of her voice, I'm not sure, but Fluttershy typically sings every single harmony in every single song. So that's nothing new, and oftentimes I'm usually was the first person to go in and record, so you'd hear like a choir of Fluttershy's, and then they blend it with everybody, so that's nothing new. Yeah.
I do have a second question, if that's okay.
Okay, sure.
I first want to ask the crowd, what is your opinion of Flutter Guy?
My opinion?
What do you think?
Yeah.
Were you surprised by Flutter Guy when that was like
Yeah.
No one to talk.
I mean, I love it. It's so good. It's hilarious. Like, awesome choice. Yeah, so good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm going to bring up something.
Yeah.
Okay. Were you ever in a session where Pinkie and Fluttershy, you're switching back and forth,
Yeah.
and Ashley is going Rainbow Dash and Applejack going back and forth, having a conversation between 4 characters just being 2 actors.
Well, yeah, of course, all the time.
Just back and forth,
Yeah.
back and forth.
Yeah.
Wow. That'd be great. I wish they had video.
And probably Tabitha doing like 5 other
Oh,
characters, yeah? Yeah.
I have just a weird question to ask. So I know a lot of people here would probably be backing me up, but how would you feel being known that you're one of everybody's favorite main 6?
It feels wonderful. I love it. I mean, everyone's got their favorites, and it can be anyone. I think it's all wonderful. It's an honor when it happens to be Fluttershy or Pinkie Pie. I mean, Fluttershy did win at San Diego Comic-Con for fan favorite, and I mean, I do think that sticks, and that she is the ultimate favorite, so. I'm being cheeky. I think one of the best things about this fandom is like what you like, right? That's the whole message. Be happy, like what you like, own it. It's all good. So, yeah.
I think that's about it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So I wanted to ask. So earlier when we saw the cutscene from the movie, I think Dusty Cat, you're sharing that you know some people who they pull upon other experiences to help them voice act.
Mm-hmm.
So Andrea, I was wondering for you, if you're comfortable sharing it, were there any particular experiences you drew upon when you're voicing Pinkie Pie or Fluttershy, whether it's happy or sad experiences?
That's a great question. It's not my method though. I think because I'm musical, in terms of line delivery, it's actually all tonal for me. And it's all, I've watched so much, I know how a line should be delivered, I know the sound of emotion going into it, so that's how I work. So I'm not channeling. I do remember doing that on camera, more as, I think if you need your face to be in it, that's a really good thing to do. I think for voice, to me, it's all the sound and the pitch and just what does that emotion sound like? So that's more how I approach it. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
If you could be any kind of tree, what kind of tree would you be?
I really love the arbutus tree, or also known as madrona. Does anyone know that tree? It's like the really beautiful red peely bark. So maybe that, all like blown in the wind.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I thought the variations that you did of your characters for the Mean Six were great. I thought they were absolutely.
Oh, the Mean Six. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, they were wonderful. I was wondering, you mentioned that you were involved with improvisation on some of your characters. I was wondering, what kind of input did you have on the conceptualization of those characters and how they?
Oh, none. For the concept, Lauren Faust knew exactly who the characters were, and so in terms of, like, are you talking about the original?
Oh no.
Oh,
no,
the Mean Six
version.
Oh, Mean Six.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember honestly, but I think it was just like, this is the Mean Six. Like what? But I think it was like, what are you guys gonna come up with? And we just went with it and riffed and tried to find a place. It's tricky, right? Because you usually with me or all of us, it's like you go over the top, like you go too much and then you get pulled back, so that it's like, okay, we don't want to get too far, but
yeah, you did a great job.
Oh, thank you.
There's this really great story that I heard from Lee Tokar when he was playing the Sea Serpent, right? So he's in the recording studio and he's starting going, yes, right? And Terry goes, no, more. Yeah! No, even more. And all of a sudden you had, that's it. So keep going until the director says,
yeah.
Would you like to hear my Flutter Guy impression?
Sure.
I don't want to talk about it.
You and we did some fun videos together. Do you have your dinos today? Yeah, we did some fun some fun video recordings in the autograph room featuring these two dinos. Yeah, we had a lot of fun.
Cool.
Awesome. Thank you.
Hi. If Fluttershy and Pinkie Pie went on a cross-country road trip, any character from any animated franchise, stuck in an RV or a wagon for 2 weeks, what character do you think would be the most fun to just play off of and be stuck with?
Bunny.
Oh my god.
It would just be like anvils would be landing on their car and just like very comedic, physical. Yeah.
Yes.
And
Great
remember,
answer.
in Albuquerque, turn left. But how many people would love to see a Thelma and Louise with Fluttershy and Pinkie Pie?
Oh, wow.
That would be good. I like that.
So I know that when auditioning, oftentimes you audition for a character and then the casting director says, no, I think you fit this character better. Like Ashley, I think, was originally auditioning for Spike.
Yeah.
What other characters did you audition for besides Pinkie and Fluttershy? And do you think you do any other of the main six? Can you do their voices well?
No, I mean, that's a real, I would never want to step on any toes, right? Like, those actors just do the best job and they're meant to be for those characters. But I auditioned for Twilight, because prior to this, I wasn't character-y. I always did, typically I'd be cast as the main role. Like, I used to be in the lead. So I was like, who's the lead of this? I'll read for that. Like, it's funny, but, and did just a very, probably something very close to my natural voice for Twilight. And then we were allowed to do 3. So I was like, oh, I think I can do that high energy, so I'll try that. I can do that. But I didn't read them as, I read them more all closely to my natural, because I thought if I should be given this opportunity, I would only ever get one, is what I thought. And then they're like, I can't remember who was it that pointed it. They're like, I like this Pinkie and this Fluttershy. Could she do both? And it was like, I don't know, let's bring her in and see. So
Thank you.
very lucky. Thank you.
Excuse me, if Fluttershy is shy, how do you think she ended up becoming close to Rainbow Dash while we were growing up?
Oh, well, I think shy people are drawn to, can be drawn to extroverts, right? Like, they make good matches, because if you're in a friendship and you're kind of opposites, then you cover all your ground, and that can be the friend that can go speak up, right? And you feel really comfortable with them, so it makes sense to me.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hi.
Oh, wait.
You can turn it down. You can bring it down.
Oh,
There you
okay.
go.
First of all, Pinkie Pie was my favorite character growing up, so thank you for voicing her.
Oh, my pleasure.
And second of all, what do you think would be Pinkie Pie's favorite candy?
Ooh, Pinkie's favorite candy is any candy. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
First off, Dusty, I've seen you at several cons. This is the dapperest I've ever seen you. You're looking
Thank
good.
you very much.
And
I am old.
And Andrea, it's totally okay if you don't feel comfortable with this, but since Flutter Guy has come up twice, what would a Pinkie Guy sound like?
A Pinkie Guy? I don't know. You know, it'd be pretty funny if Pinkie Guy just sounded the exact same. It's Pinkie Guy!
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hello.
Good morning, Andrea. Good morning, Dusty. First off, I want to say thank you for coming. Fluttershy is my favorite of the main six. Thanks for voicing her.
Oh, thank you.
And yeah, going off on what our previous question was, yeah, I think that's actually kind of funny. Maybe Pinkie Guy could sound the same, but, or yeah, something like that. It'd be a little funny. Anyways, my question is, if Fluttershy and Pinkie Pie were to cross over into any Disney franchise, who do you think they'd be best friends with?
Ooh. Is that a hint? Is it Mickey?
Oh no, I just brought Mickey here to say hi. Gosh, hi Andrea. Hi Nancy.
I think
Hi everyone.
I think they would get along really well with Mickey.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. It's funny, I kind of thought Pinky would get along very well with Genie from Aladdin.
Oh, well, yeah.
For some reason, I always thought Fluttershy would be best friends with either Snow White or Timon and Pumbaa from The Lion King.
Yeah, you're
Imagine
totally
that.
right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I love that there's art of Fluttershy, Snow White. I like that.
Howdy, Andrea.
Hello.
Long-time listener, first-time caller. I'm actually curious with episode 200. I remember hearing that you guys did have input on the story.
Yeah, we
I'm curious
did.
on why you chose Space for Pinky, and I think it was Spy with Fluttershy, right?
Yes, that is correct. Pinky is like, she's always, everything to do with Pinky is unexpected, right? Like, she's always pushing the boundaries. Like, so I just thought, what is the most weirdest, most out of the box thing? And I got a lot of pushback. Like, they really tried to talk me out of it, of space. They did not like my idea. They're like, it just doesn't fit, it just doesn't work, we just can't do it, like, that's not this world. And I'm like, it has to be. I'm like, it's so funny, it's just so different. So I don't know, that was just what it was. And yeah, Fluttershy Spy, again, like a big contrast for her, but I can see it, right? Like, she's shy, but she's so complex, right? Like, there's so much more going on there. So yeah, they did such a good job taking our ideas. Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Her personality grew into her sneaky suit.
Totally.
So, weird question. Supposing for a short period of time, like 5 minutes, we're not talking a long time, you were possessed by the actual spirit of Pinkie Pie, what would your reaction be?
No. I'd be scared. I'd be bouncing off the walls and eating all the chocolate in sight. And everyone would be terrified, I think. Thanks.
Hi, Andrea.
Hi.
So my question for you today is, it's a bit of an advice question, because it's been a rough month going from January to February into March for me. What do you do, or better yet, what's the best piece of advice you can give for when you're feeling at your lowest, for when you want to let go of everything?
I think just, we want you here, we care about you, you matter, and just try and take a step back out of yourself and maybe find something that you can find a little bit of joy in. If it's watching a show or reading, and just trying to take a little time for yourself. Yeah. Oh, you look amazing.
Thank you. Okay, so I have 2 questions. Is that okay?
That's fine.
One, if you were to be any of your characters you've ever voiced, not just My Little Pony, who would you be?
If I had to be someone?
For like a day, just like be them.
For a day. Oh, I don't know.
Bon Bon.
Bon Bon? Yeah, that's a good one. Maybe Bon Bon. Yeah, solve some crimes.
And my second one is, what was your favorite character to voice for My Little Pony? Fluttershy or Pinkie Pie?
I can't answer that.
It's like having a favorite child.
Exactly.
How
You
in,
can't.
in general, like all the characters you voiced?
Pardon?
All the characters you voiced in general, like which one would be your favorite that you've done?
Pinkie Pie and Fluttershy. Thank you.
One question to ask, because I've been thinking about it for a while, and I wanted to know, is like Fluttershy canonly goth, or is it just like something we see once in a while?
Sorry, I missed. Is Fluttershy
canonly goth? Because I've seen her in like, the goth outfits. Or like,
goth Fluttershy?
I wanted to ask, like, is she canonly that, or is it just like she appears as that sometimes?
Is she canonly goth, or?
So what happened in a number of things, you actually also were goth Fluttershy and Equestria Girls.
Yes.
and that was amazing. Big old skull staff, it was really cool. So what she's saying is there a little bit of maybe Fluttershy as a closet goth.
Ooh, I don't know. What do you think?
I would say yeah, just because like she's always been my favorite character, and I'm also goth, like out of my costume.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would think so. I just wanted to ask because I've been thinking about it for a while.
Yeah, well, I think you're right. Yeah, thank you.
Hello there. I think you may have actually answered this question before in the past, but I've never heard the answer. I was just wondering, back when you had to play Flutterbat, when Fluttershy was transformed into a vampire bat pony, did you actually make her hissing noises yourself?
Yes.
Awesome, thank you.
Little known fact, she also had to eat all the apples that she was during recording. We're coming down to the end of it.
It worked out
And,
perfectly.
yes, so I have one other question for you.
Okay.
During the 100th episode, and you had to play Bon Bon as
that was very last minute, yeah.
Yeah. So, did they let you actually come up with the characterizations of those characters, or were they actually still already in the script?
What do you mean?
Well, Bon Bon is a secret spy.
Yeah. No, that was all, it was written as that.
Was it?
Yeah. No, that was, it was all written that way, but we weren't cast in those roles. So it was like, okay, we're doing this big 100th episode, you're not in it. We're like, that hurts, okay. Yeah, it was awful. And then I don't know who made the call or the decision to let, they're like, oh, I think it's not right. It's this big 100th episode, we gotta give them something, and it's so fun.
Yeah,
So
I was
fun to
wondering
do.
that myself, how you guys were taking that, because it was all the background characters that got the spotlight.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
right at the end, Derby goes and shuts you guys out.
Yeah.
So when you first saw, maybe when you first saw the episode, did that actually, when the door closed and you guys were shut out of the whole thing, did you actually laugh about that?
Of
or was
course,
it
yeah, it was brilliant. That episode was brilliant. Yeah.
Cool. So, thank you all for coming this morning. I know
Thank you
it was
so
getting
much.
up after
Wonderful
partying.
questions.
I want to give a big round of applause to our guest, Anya Linden. Absolutely, you'll get autographs.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, I'll be at autographs. I just want to make sure everyone knows we never did this before, but we're doing voice memos and videos are also available in the autograph room. So you could, if that's something you want, you can come with sort of a little write it down with what you would like.
Yes.
Not too long.
Not
kinda
too
like
long, and she can
a
veto
minute
it.
type thing. Yeah, but it is available if
Yes.
you didn't know.
So be nice. Yeah, the future is here.
So
Thank you all for coming this morning
Thank
after
you
partying
so
last night,
much.
and
What a
have a really
pleasure.
great day. We'll see you later.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching BABSCON 2024. Stay tuned for future BABSCON 2025, the final countdown for the final BABSCON. Be sure to bring a bunch of pillows, some comfortable PJs, and we will see you at the slumber party. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe.